All right, we live.
Okay, con. All right.
Shalom. You
Shalom.
want to open it?
Yeah, I'll start. Yeah. Shalom. First, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ratatash.
Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who were well. And peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. It's the brother Haran. Brothers could introduce themselves.
Karma.
Ra'amath.
Hey, and today through the Spirit, we want to get into, basically current events. All right. We're looking into prophecy and specifically spiritual power. All right. That's coming. The Lord is going to bestow on his men. Now, it just happened to be that, we being the spiritual men, all right, we do tend to have spiritual conversations. But a lot of times it leads into us getting spiritual power. Okay. And that is part of the gospel. And that's also part of this, the prophecies. Okay. The prophecies do say that there's going to come a time of trouble on this earth. All right. And in the midst of that trouble, the Lord is going to use his men to glorify his name. Okay. And he's going to do that, all right, through giving his men spiritual power, whether it's going to be physical spiritual power, all right, or his angels, all right, stepping in. All right. And as you can see, there's been a lot of chariot sightings. Okay. There's been a lot of chariot sightings, and the angels are making themselves aware. I mean, they're making themselves more visible to the world. Okay. Now it's become a thing where the government, okay, the U.S. government is out here just putting information out there. They letting you know, look, there are so-called UFOs, all right, aliens and so on and so forth. But we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that those are our big brothers, our celestial brothers, all right, coming down to deliver us, okay, alongside with Yahushua, okay. But if brothers, any brothers have any precepts, we could flow from there.
Yeah, that brother got it.
No,
This is Micah chapter 7, verse 15. According to the days of thy coming out of the land of Egypt, will I show unto him marvelous things. Hey, and the Lord said what? He said that, he was going to deliver us out of the land of the north, but also too, he said in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, that he was going to send plagues upon Egypt as before. So you have in Egypt marvelous things that the Lord did as far as supernatural,
right?
And us brothers, we see it because like the scriptures say in 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, the natural man receiveth not the things of the spirit. We're literally walking, we're lively, we're walking in the spirit, man. So we're seeing these marvelous things that Yahweh Shai is doing, man. You had the angel that was standing on a chariot.
Yeah.
You had the angel at the baseball stadium. The what was it, the Cowboys versus the Indians, and you just been having like lately, like the brother mentioned, the chariot sightings and things like that. Mad spiritual things just have been happening to those that are spiritual. And it says, the nation shall see and be confounded at all their might. And me and the brother Aharon was going into it yesterday through the spirit, like, it says confounded at all their might, the nation shall see it, because these nations are literally gearing up. Like when you really think about it, these nations, all their technology is geared up to fight against the Lord and his elect, man. Exoskeleton suits, super soldiers that China is creating. And the brother brought it out the other day that I guess France is making super soldiers too. Then they got this teleportation thing going on that the brother Bakar, he had bought out that Russia's doing with them monoliths, man. Those are all powers that equate that we're going to have. Just like Moses through the spirit, when you read Exodus the 7th chapter, Lord willing we get to it, but the Lord used Moses to break the witchcraft of Egypt, man. He used Moses to confound their might, because this world that we live in, Esau's world that we live in, is based and ran off of witchcraft. That's their might. Left-handed demonic power, man. And that's all throughout the cities. So it says the nation shall see and be confounded at all their might. Yeah, because they're gonna come soon to figure out that this space program ain't nothing. These super soldiers aren't anything. Oh, we can teleport, but y'all got to teleport with carnal technology. When they see the man of the Lord willing, that be us, brothers. When they see the man of the Lord doing these things through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, they're going to be confounded at their might, because they've been working on this technology for years on years, and it's going to be crushed just like that. Just like with Moses, when the Lord told Aaron to throw down his staff, and the staff turned into a snake, and it devoured the sorcerers, the sorcerers of Egypt's snakes, man. So that's how the Lord's going to do the same exact thing in America, when he raises his men up, man. Because hey, it said Moses was made a god and Aaron a prophet, man. So the Lord literally gave Moses, and it says, they shall lay their hand upon their mouth, their ears shall be deaf. They shall lick the dust like a serpent, they shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth. They shall be afraid of Yahweh our power, and shall fear because of thee. So when they see that power, when they see the Lord breaking their way, even the vaccine, you're gonna have a lot of people sick, and guess what? The Lord's gonna endow his men to heal them. Now it doesn't mean that they're a part of the elect, because even you had, when the Lord healed Legion was like, yo, can I follow you? And the Lord said, nah. You got certain specific people that are going to be sick in this time, and the Lord's going to raise up his men, Lord willing, that be us, to heal them, and that's a part of their might being confounded, because Esau pushes what? Medication, man. And when you look up that word sorceries, when you look up the synonyms, right, it's in one of the synonyms, it says medicine, So what's this does? Hey, that COVID vaccine is fucking medicine, is sorcery, Y'all brothers got it though.
Hey, yeah, that's a good point you bring out, because in the scriptures, it's usually referred to as like herbs, and or the meats, of the field, whatever the case may be, but hey, just as you brothers were going into, man, I got a quick precept in the book of Habakkuk. This is Habakkuk chapter 1, and I'll start at verse 2. It says, "O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save." And sometimes we get into that spirit of like how long, with the way things are going, because we know, what's to come. We know that the things that are ahead, we know what's right, but yet we're surrounded by everything that's wrong. So sometimes we get that spirit of eagerness, like the spirit Ezra was in, and we cry unto the Lord, like, how long are you going to keep us in this condition as we witness these abominations, and you're not doing anything, necessarily speedily about it. It says, verse 3, "Why dost thou show me iniquity and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention." And you can see that when you watch Esau's media and his propaganda, you can see the lies they're telling. You see how it's going to lead to a lot of death. You see the things that are going on in the world right now, and we get in that spirit. It says, verse 4, "Therefore the law is slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth." But now it says what? "Behold ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously. For I will work a work in your days, which ye will not believe, though it be told you." So that's what the Lord is doing now. He's working that work, which starts by us, coming to the knowledge that we're Israelites. All right, but it goes on to a higher level. Okay, we're actually gonna ascend. Of course, it starts with the mind. All right, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest." We have to disconnect with our mind. But soon, physically, we're also going to follow through, pursuant to Psalms 110:3. "Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power." Okay, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen." You see, people are gonna start to realize, all right, the spiritualness about us when they see these prophecies blatantly coming to pass. But then the Lord is gonna top it some more with spiritual power, with angels coming in our favor. Because when all hell is breaking loose, everybody's gonna initially pray. They're gonna pray to their gods. They're gonna seek whatever means they go to. But there's gonna be some difference because when we pray, it's gonna be answered. Whenever we're in a certain tough situation, we always somehow get out, but everybody else gets caught up. And people are gonna start to see that, because how is it that during a famine we're not lean like everybody else? When we walking out of a burning building and it's been confirmed that everybody died in that building. How the hell do we do that? You know, so these different miracles the Lord is going to perform on our behalf, and is going to show the difference between his elect and everybody else. And at that point, there's going to be no doubt, no confusion about it, because we are already distinct by the fact that we call on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So it's not by coincidence that we specifically are getting these miracles and these forms of spiritual power. They're going to realize, oh, that must be linked to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, because it's only those men, all right, that are getting these miracles and they're getting these benefits, you know?
That's it. That's beautiful too, because like you said earlier, that the spiritual powers is already within us. You know, we were created that way. It's always been within us, because that's why I always say this, you know, as you know, all of us, really me, my brother, I don't know if Ramath went through the same thing, but growing up, you know, you go to school and so on and so forth, you were always different. You try to fit in, but it just wouldn't work. You know, the kind of people that you surround yourself with has always been, you always looked at as the oddball out, you know, the weirdo, you know, which really you go into the word weird. All right. So it's beautiful, man. Let me get it real fast. All right. Weird. It says having power to control fate. Okay. It says literally that which comes. Okay. It says that the sense, it says uncanny, supernatural. Okay. So when people look at us as weird, all right, be like, oh, you a weirdo. It just simply means that we're supernatural. You know, we're supernatural beings, and it's heavy too, because I was talking to in the chat, the Elder Tazawam put in the chat about how, like Ramath mentioned earlier, how these other nations, all right, they're trying to tap into that left hand side energy, okay, knowing the prophecy of certain men on this earth about to get some type of power that's going to be above and beyond their capabilities or understanding. Okay, their military might will be crushed. All right, they're all the agendas that they've had there, whether it's medication, sorceries, all right, their drugs, all right, poisons, and so on and so forth. Whether it's legit witchcraft on the left hand side, like back in Egypt with the pharaohs and his magicians. Okay, all these different things, they're all back here again. But they know that there are certain men on this planet Earth who have a certain type of power, and very soon is going to be untapped. And when that happens, it's going to be destruction, because those are righteous men who have finally received that physical power, because we've been saying it for so long. We speak the words into existence, and it's fire. But now, pertaining to Jeremiah, I believe the 50th chapter, where the Lord said he's, as a matter of fact, let me get it. All right, the Lord said he's going to use us. Okay,
I don't know which one. Going into the weapons of warfare.
Battle
axe.
Yeah. Is it Jeremiah? Is it 50 or 20? Is it 20?
51 and 20, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Let me see if I could get it for you.
51 or 20. Yeah, I got it. The water. All right.
Shalom, Elder.
He's on.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see him. Oh, there you go. Oh, he's on. Okay. Hey, Shalom, Elder. Yabashim. So here it says, Jeremiah 51 and 20, it says, "Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war." Okay, for with thee I will break in pieces the nations, and with thee I will destroy kingdoms. So let's pause right there. All right, America is the major kingdom right now, and we are in America serving our slavery, our sentence. But once that time is up, when we finally break loose, it's going to be both physical and spiritual. All right, because right now we have that we're in chains. That's why the scriptures say that we're angels that are caught in chains of darkness. That chain is going to be loosed, and that time of us serving our time here physically is also going to be over. So when both things happen at the same time, Esau's going down. It's over, right? So they know that, and that's why they're saying that, okay, we're going to have to come back with super soldiers. You have France going into it. You got China going into it. We already know America's been going into
it. Russia, they're
going to be going into it, and that's why the Lord said, "What with thee, all right, will I break in pieces the nations." You see, so we just mentioned a few bunch of nations right here. They all gonna get broken down, point blank, period, man. They're not gonna survive this. All right, it says what, and that's why they're coming out with all these, the like you said, the super soldier concept, because it has to be spiritual power versus technology. Okay, but Esau is trying to tap into that left-hand side energy to come against or combat against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's men. Okay, and when we was talking yesterday, myself and Ramath, It was going into how that angel back in the 60s, all right, he made it clear. Okay, hey, Bakar, remember that story?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he made it clear. He said, look, I see how you guys are moving, but remember this, I'm going to leave this place. I'll let you live, do your own thing, but very soon there's going to be men like myself who are going to come up. And once that time comes, it's over. You can't stop it. There's nothing you can do to stop it, man. And that's the time that we're in. So you notice Esau is doing the best he can to take us off of YouTube. All right, he's doing his best to shut down this truth. And it's heavy because, and I'm gonna pass it. It's heavy because I had a dream a few days ago. I was telling Bakar about it, and this was right after I had gotten a strike on both of my channels where I can't upload. So I had to create another channel. And in the dream, I was driving, all right, and like this empty, it was like empty street. Nobody was there, and I was driving, and all of a sudden my trunk popped open.
Oh,
so
yeah.
and I said, let me just close it. So there was some Edomite dude who came up to the car and he tapped my window. He's like, yo, your trunk is open. I said, yo, what? So I went outside. I stopped the car. I went outside and I closed it. So when I got back, it was like 5 seconds. Got back in the car. All I see is a Centurion driving towards me. And it was a one-way street going that way. So I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Like, did he lose like no GPS or some shit?
Right.
I'm like, all right, cool. They're coming up towards me. And normally you see these Centurions, is normally two of them, one on the driver and then the passenger. But this time it was like 5 or 6 deep. I'm like, ah. So I started backing up a little bit and then they followed me. So I was like, oh man, what the fuck? So I stopped. And then they came to the car, they asked questions and so on and so forth. And they started getting forceful. So they grabbed a whole bunch of stuff from the car. And then they asked me, yo, where you going? Where you from? All these different questions. And I answered it. And then as I'm waiting in the car, one of them came from behind me and then he put his hands on my eyes. While I had my glasses on, he just went like that. And I said, yo, I can't see. The glasses is literally piercing my eyes. I can't see, bro. Get off me. And then he went down and he closed my nose. And I said, yo, now I can breathe, bro. Get off me, man. And then he said, okay. Then he went down and he closed my mouth. And then I got pissed. That's when I was like, yo, get the fuck off me, man. And then he was like, hey, don't try to resist, man. We could take you in if you try to resist. I said, man, look, I'm just going to say one thing and one thing only. The Most High is coming down with his son. When he's going to send his son down, he's going to give us some type of power. When the time comes, hope and pray that I don't remember your face, because if I do, I'm coming to see you. And he was like, oh, is that supposed to be a threat? And that the spirit of anger that was within me, man, when I woke up, I was pissed. I called Bakar and I told him, I was like, man, I had a dream and I'm pissed, man. You know, that goes to show you that spirit is burning within us. And that time is very short, pertaining to Romans 13 and 11. Okay, we've seen all these different things that's happening. There's a reason why that precept is there, because sometimes we kind of lose sight of certain prophecies that's happening because we don't get to see everything at once. You know, we catch the major prophecies that's unmistakable, but there are certain little prophecies in there that tie into everything that we might not necessarily be paying attention to. But it goes to show you that's why that precept said our salvation is nearer than when we believed, because we got you know, oh hey, Lord willing, 2021 might be the year. Hey, Lord willing, 2022 we might not see 2022, you know. But the Lord has it where we've seen all these prophecies. Jacob's trouble is right at the door. That means that there's going to be some type of force that's coming in, pertaining to Isaiah 59 and 19. That means that the spiritual power is literally weeks, if not months away. That's the spirit we got to be in. You know, scripture say, what, hasten the day? So we literally close. We're closer than brothers even think, man. You know? God. And the more we get into that kind of spirit, what does it do? It builds other brothers up, man. And that's the fire that we need. You know, so after that conversation me and Rob Moth had yesterday, man, I was like, man, we got to do it live on this, because this fire is heavy. Because it's funny, because I was talking to my Eve about that. You know, she was telling me about how, you know, she sees how things is getting real. You know, what we gonna do? And I told her, man, you ain't got nothing to worry about, man. You just gotta, you know, maintain your faith. You know, just believe that everything I've told you through the scriptures is gonna happen, as you can see happening. But also remember that there's gonna be a balance. You know, the Lord says He's going to create all this havoc, all this madness on the world, but He's going to deliver us, man. He's going to use us to glorify His name. Okay, so we need not to worry, man. And then as we're talking about it, going into spiritual power, Ramath hit me up and said, yo, brother, can I call you? So we spoke on the phone and we got into spiritual power, man. And she was sitting right next to me. She heard the conversation. She was like, oh my goodness, that's crazy. I said, you see? Hey, so the Most High is confirming everything we're saying, man. You know? But let me finish this. Jeremiah 51, all right, verse 21, it says, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. And that's all going into what? Their power and their military might and so on and so forth. You know, their armies, their generals, and so on and so forth. Their super soldiers, okay, their army trucks, okay, their so-called space force, and all these different things. The Lord said He's going to break them all down, okay, with us. It says, "With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid." Okay, it says, "I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock, and with thee I will break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers." So when you hear all these different things about breaking in pieces, that goes to show you that there's going to be massive destruction taking place on this earth. Okay, and people are going to see these things happening. Right now, they don't believe it, but the Lord is making everything come to pass. So a lot of people start buying Bibles now. A lot of people start going. Now we getting a lot more views on our channels now. You know, you're getting a lot more comments. People waking up to this truth. You know, a lot of people accepting the fact that they're Israelites now. You know, you got women who are in the world who see us now and they see us as, oh, we're valuable men. And a few months ago, they wouldn't even bat an eye. They were like, oh, y'all niggas is crazy, you know? But now they see things getting intensified. They're like, nah, these men got sign nails that the world don't got. And that's that spiritual power. They can see it. And very soon it's going to be made physically manifest, man. All right? You got it, Doc.
I had two scriptures
Go on.
just going into what Ron was saying, you know, how he brought out the angel. They call it the story of Black Jesus, and how the angel basically told them, the men that come afterwards, you're not going to be able to stop them. This is Zechariah 12:8. "In that day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and he that is feeble among them at that time shall be as David. And the house of David," you notice it says house, you know, David had an army, man. He had men that were like-minded with him, because when you have an army, you're supposed to be in like drumline, one band, one sound, man.
Unison.
You know, you're supposed to, you know, yeah, you know, you're supposed to be in unison, like the brother said. And it says, "The house of David shall be as power as the angel of the Lord before them." Now, in that particular article, the angel was doing miracles, and that's why he told them, he told them motherfuckers, he said, "Yo, the men that come after me, you're not gonna be able to stop them," because they couldn't even stop him. Yo, they said that they chop his body pieces, and then that's how, you know, Esau has some different type of technology, because it said they chopped his body piece. I mean, his the pieces of his body up, put it in radioactive components, and basically that radioactive box obliterated his skin to ash and dropped it all over the place, and he still regenerated, man. You know, hey, man, hey, we gonna be bad, man.
Hey.
You call it ace and a spade, man. Like, as the angel of the Lord, the angels can dematerialize, they can materialize. When you read about Samson, Samson's mom, when they figured out that was the angel of the Lord that came to them, it tells you that the angel of the Lord, when they were giving up a burnt offering, went into the fire and went up into heaven. Bro, we gonna get some. It's gonna be some power, like, yo, like the brother said, it's gonna be uncomprehendable. You know, and the Lord has raised up our frequency, you know, time and time again. You know, the Spirit of the Lord mightily came upon Samson to do this to this army, or certain prophets to deliver them. But now you're gonna see the completeness of that power that we're gonna have. We're literally gonna be angels in human bodies, man, which we are right now. But we're literally gonna have angelic capability in the flesh, you know. And it says, "And it shall come to pass in that day," which is the day is coming soon, real soon, "that I will seek to destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem." And when you seek for something, man, that means you whoever messed us up, jacked us up, guess what? You Rothschilds, you Gettys, you DuPonts that are hiding in these fucking bunkers, guess what? Hey, the Lord, hey, we're gonna find you, because the Lord said, "I will seek to destroy those nations that fought against Jerusalem." We're gonna find you, man. You know, we're gonna find you, and the Lord's gonna smite you, man. Hardcore slavery. I got one more script, Bubba Kashan. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 17 is going on with the scripture that Aharon had brought out. He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies. Hey, and really, these enemies, these nations are the enemies of the Lord, man, of the Heavenly Father, because your arms are too short to box with the Most High, man.
Right.
So how do you try to hurt the Most High on the earth? By messing with his people, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you set up these certain things in stores like pork, and y'all got y'all UN meetings to further have Israel go off and be in captivity. You're really seeking to destroy Israel, man.
Mhm.
That's why when you read the book of Judith, I think it was Holofernes. I forgot who he told, but it's cloudy in my mind. But he basically told him like, "Yo, like don't go against these people
Oh
unless they go off." If they go off, then their power mess them up. But if they not going off, like man, yo, just basically leave them the fuck alone, man. So I'm gonna read this one more time. It says, oh shoot, Salaki. It says, he shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor and make the creature, which is the creation, which is us, his weapon for the revenge of his enemy. So the Lord is gonna make us, hey, it tells you in Isaiah, sharp threshing instrument having teeth. He's gonna make us literally we're going like when you like I boxed for 10 years. When you box for a certain amount of years, you're considered what? Esau will consider you a walking weapon.
Mm-hmm.
So the Lord's gonna enhance us to make us his weapon, like the brother read, thou are my battle axe and weapons of war. So we're literally, the Lord's gonna turn us into something so vicious. That's gonna be it. I ain't even got no more words to say. He's gonna turn us into something so vicious, man. We're gonna be angry, like we're gonna be fucking angry, man, because the Lord's gonna put his anger in us.
Mm-hmm.
And the Heavenly Father is, guess what? He's pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
He's pissed off, man. And he's visiting the earth that he made, man. For him to start letting these angels show themselves in a high scale like that, bro. Yo, man.
Yeah. Hey, it's not looking good for the earth, especially here in America and its Americans, man. It's over for this place. And they know it. They know it. That's why, hey, let me get a quick precept and then I'll pass it before. This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, all right, verse 8. It says, "But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit is come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in all Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost part of the earth." All right, now, those different provinces that was mentioned, all right, Judea, Samaria, Jerusalem, that was all in the book of Acts. When the apostles, all right, and disciples were teaching. Okay, that's already been fulfilled. But when you look at this time where it says uttermost part, let me get that. All right, in the blue letter. Okay, Acts 1 and 8. Oh damn, it skipped. Salakia. All right, Acts 1 and 8. When you go into the word uttermost part, all right, it says here, all right, extreme, okay, the last time or in place, last in series of places, last in a temporal succession, the last. It says time. It says of space, the uttermost part, the end of the earth. Okay, so when you look at during the time of the apostles, all right, that was in the Eastern Hemisphere, that was in the Roman Empire. Okay, they didn't travel all the way to the west. Okay, but you still had the tribes in the west during the time when they were prophesying. Okay, so everything that happened, Yahushua said, "You gonna prophesy even in the uttermost parts," and that's happening right now. You go, like we just looked into the word uttermost. It goes into what? The last series of places. Okay, and we know that America is the last before we get into that kingdom. So going back to where even the precept, I forget, I believe it is in Daniel, all right, where it says in the last days you're gonna stand in your lot. Okay, those men, all right, from the time of Daniel, all right, to the time of the Acts of the Apostles, and to this time around from the Acts of the Apostles 2.0, okay, the same thing is happening. We're doing the same thing, but this time it's gonna be everything is gonna be what finalized. Is the culmination of the destruction of this place and the resurrection or the rising up of the nation of Israel, starting with Yahushua and his elect on down. Okay, and that's all going to be happening with the glorification of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and His name. We've been doing it spiritually, speaking the words. Okay, now look what's happening around the world. But now it's going to be made physically manifest. That's the point we're trying to bring out here. That is going to be made physical. Okay, and we're not talking about these guns that these Jakes. You know, I've seen a video, couple of videos of brothers going into how Jakes is strapping up, getting guns and ready to fight and shit like that. Look, you're gonna be destroyed by you. It's quick money. Esau's gonna make quick work out of you because those Jakes, you got guns. They're not concerned with that kind of Jake, man. Jakes with guns, Esau not even looking at that. He said, "Look, move out the way, bro. I'll give you one troop and you'll be done in 2 seconds." He's looking at us.
Yo, they had shirts with apocrypha on it, red shirts with apocrypha like this. They had shirts this color with apocrypha on it, holding fucking machine guns and shit. Like, what the fuck? Jake is gone, bro.
It's over. Is he? And it's niggas like that Esau salivates. He sees niggas like that. He's like, oh man, we're gonna make quick work because Esau already hates you, and then you make yourself such a target. He's like, man, this is gonna be easy money. They're not worried about that. They're worried about us, the men of the Lord, because there's a reason why they haven't come into full attack mode. It's going to happen. The time where they're going to come in, pertaining to Isaiah 59 and 19, is going to be basically when all hell is breaking loose, where there's scriptures say iniquity shall abound on the earth. Okay, that iniquity is going to what? Lawlessness. So there'll be no such thing as, oh, they assaulted me, so I'm going to go to Supreme Court and fight it. No. So it's going to be pretty much a Royal Rumble, every man for himself. And when that time comes, if the Most High is not with you, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, man? You know what I'm saying? Because remember, this destruction, this affliction, this trouble that's coming specifically for Jake. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble, pertaining to Jeremiah 30:7. All right, that's specifically Jake is gonna be the head. You're gonna be the target, okay? Because this is the division of the elect, all right, and the 2/3. So the Lord is gonna make that division by making His men known. Pertain to the scripture that says, "Well, then shall it be known who are my chosen." Okay, you gonna know. Like Bakar said, you're gonna be able to. You're gonna look physically like, damn, this man. There's something about him. People say it now, but soon it's gonna be done where it's like, oh man, pertaining to Psalms 110:3, thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Okay, and that day is talking about a time period, and it's a very short time period, man. But it's gonna be so powerful that it's gonna be written off in history, man. We read about the Maccabees and what they did to the Greeks. All right, we read about Samson, we read about King David, and so on and so forth. But all those times is not going to amount to what the Lord is about to do this time around, man. Because there's so much people who have no faith in spiritual power that when it happens, it's going to be something that's so mind blowing, man. And that's what's precious about this thing, man. But you got it, brother.
Yeah, Con. Hey, beautiful points, man. Beautiful points. You got Jake out here. Zooted and booted and not afraid of buzz. Like, what's this guy? Grandmaster Jay out here. He got that spirit on Jake, man, and that's really about to lead a lot of Jakes to their destruction. Because when you go back into the time of like 70 AD, because really this is like the siege of Jerusalem all over again, as we can see. But this time we're not fleeing into the mountains; we fleeing into the name of the Lord, pursuant to Proverbs 18:10. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. Okay, and these Israelites are like the zealots, all right, the Sakari and so on and so forth, the actual zealots that were there back then, and they thought that they could go up against the Roman Empire, so on and so forth. You need to think logically and understand that, hold up, you went and bought a gun, which the grade level of Esau's military, what you have is like a hand-me-down. Like it's not even remotely close. That's number one. Number two, you're limited on ammunition. And number three, you don't even know how to shoot. Okay. So, you got a picture with whipped girls, little ass girls that you can see based on how they're holding the gun. They don't even know what they're doing, man. It's just for the flick. Right. That little flick you took is going to be used against you because it's going to make you a target. So what are you going to do in that day? You can't go to Esau because he's coming after your ass. And you can't go to the Most High because he don't want your ass. So now you stuck, made an enemy out of both sides. So now what do? You see, we don't tell you like, oh, when this happens, this is exactly what we're gonna do, because we don't even know exactly what we're gonna do. All right, but that allows us to have faith. That allows for that room to let the Lord work. We don't know what He's gonna do, but all we do need to know is that He got our backs. That's it. The Lord said we're gonna eat. I don't need to question the Lord on whether He's gonna give me a lunchbox or drop manna from heaven. If He said we're gonna eat, that's all I need to know. I know when I get to the point when I'm hungry, I'm gonna just remember, hey, the Lord said I'm gonna eat. But a lot of these Israelites are lacking that spiritual sense, and that's the same reason why Yahushua had to come 2,000 years ago. Of course, to shed His blood for us, but also to bring the spiritual side, all right, of being an Israelite, because a lot of them were being very carnal. Okay, and that's why there will be certain accounts like the disciples plucking the corn on the Sabbath, and then they'll come, oh, your disciples, and they're plucking the corn, and that's wicked. And He would break it down to them, following the law of the Spirit, okay, which is really how we're going to gain salvation this time. So you got a lot of Israelites that are in that carnal mindset, not knowing that, hey, what's the difference between you being black and an Israelite then? The
Right.
point of being an Israelite, because like Rob Mouth mentioned earlier in the book of Judith, the dude, the heathen that Holofernes was questioning about us was letting him know our history, letting him know the rundown that, yo, those people in that hill country, man, their power isn't something based on armies. You know what I'm saying? They're not going, okay, they might have a decent army, but they're not going to come out with like a million gazillion dudes out there and that's how they're going to beat you. No. He gave him the specifics of like the different accounts, of when the Lord delivered us. He's like, look, you got something more to fear than armies when you go over there, because we were always known for having a spiritual backup. We were always known for having that aura of spookiness about us. So when Jake over here starts trying to, get into that carnal spirit, you're leaving your actual power. Now, in terms of spiritual power, you got to think about it. Your human body, the way the Lord made our human body, it's able to do things that we don't even know about. Like how can somebody train so much that they can punch through a tree, or they can break your bone by just kicking you, Now, if you compare that to an individual that doesn't train as much, he can't do that, but it's still the same human body, showing you the potential for the human body. Basically, yeah, you can have somebody that works out every day and they'll lift freaking 3-4 times their weight. The human body has potential to do those things. We just don't have access to it unless we push ourselves there. So when the time comes, when the reason Samson is able to do all these things is because the Lord put that in his spirit and unlocked that. So Samson didn't need to go into a hyperbolic time chamber and work out for like 10,000 years to come and get that power. It was that we have the ability to do so, and the Lord just opens that up for us and we're able to do it, and then when it's off, when it, whatever the case may be, it goes off, because if the Lord was to leave that spirit on Samson would die.
Yeah, come on.
When the spirit jumped off them, he was so thirsty he was gonna die. So when the Lord blesses us with spiritual power, we're gonna be able to, we're gonna be able to have that burst. We're gonna be able to perform these different acts, But that ultimately, that's why we're gonna need those new bodies, to where we're gonna be able to just maintain that level of energy, because spiritual power is literally the Lord's energy on us. But our bodies are so weak, as Yahushua said, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. We can do things, but our body, pursuant to Jude, those chains of darkness, all right, it restricts us. It's like trying to run full speed underwater, or trying to run with shackles on your legs. You want to, in your intent, in your mind, you want to, but physically you're being withheld, and that's what these bodies are. So what the Lord does with that spiritual power is He loosens the lock, He eases it up so that we can be able to do these things. Now I got a quick precept. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 18, verse 31, because spiritual power is not a new thing. It's not a new concept. It's been on the earth since the beginning. It's just for a period of time, the Lord He took that away off the earth, but now He's bringing it back because we're transitioning. See, 2,000 years ago, we had that sense of spirituality upon the earth. But we were transitioning into the full rulership of Esau, and Esau is a carnal man. So he was going to put a carnal vibration upon the earth. Therefore, spirituality started to drain, to usher in Esau's kingdom of carnality. But now we're going into the kingdom of heaven, which is going to be all spirituality. Hence, the spirituality is going to start coming back again, okay, for us leading us in there. Now, this is Psalms 18 and 31. It says, for who is the most high, or who is the power save Yahweh, or who is a rock save our power? It is the most high that girdeth me with strength and maketh my way perfect, not guns. Okay. He maketh my feet like hinds feet, and setteth me upon high places. Now you got to think, how do you slay 10,000 people and you don't come back injured? You know, it's not like these people were just standing there for you to come and kill them. This is war. So how fast was David moving? You know, how sharp were his reflexes? How do you go to war and slay thousands of people? I mean, without giving, I mean, you mean to tell me he wasn't getting exhausted? You know, you got to think about all these things. Like, how is he able to do that? It was by the Spirit of the Lord. David himself knew that seeing those people, I ain't going to be able to do that, man. But the Lord is able to put a spirit on you for you to lock into a certain zone that you go and you do it and you come back. You know the Lord did that. It says here, he teacheth my hands to war so that a bow of steel is broken in my arms. You know, now how do you do that? Once again, by the Spirit of the Lord. He teacheth my hands to war. So the time might come when you might be in a situation and the Lord programs you like the Matrix, and all of a sudden you're like, you have the skills of like a freaking a high chief master martial artist, you know, and it'll feel like walking. You never learned it, but it's just within you. You can do it. You know, that's the difference between when man teaches you and when the Lord teaches you. When the Lord teaches you, it's like that, you know, if he wants to. When man teaches you, you got to, okay, throw the hand here, throw this here, da 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 da. It says, thou hast also given me the shield of thy salvation, and thy right hand hath holden me up, and thy gentleness hath made me great. Thou hast enlarged my steps under me, that my feet did not slip. I have pursued mine enemies and overtaken them, neither did I turn again till they were consumed. So here it is, Esau coming in like a flood. He gonna leave like a drought. You know, he's gonna he gonna get there and they're gonna see us and they're gonna try to run the other way. Like, nah. That's
The Egyptian army.
The Egyptian army, yeah, exactly. They go, oh shit, you know, they're gonna try to run away and shit. Like, nah, you know, the Lord's gonna completely turn the tables. And it's perfect too, you know, because it's like the army coming after Bruce Banner and they come and they meet the Hulk. Now they, oh, you know what I mean? We came prepared for Bruce. But who the hell is this? Like, what do we do against this? That's how the Lord is going to flip it. So we're not to be afraid of the flood. You know, the counter cannot come without the flood. You know what I mean? Like the enemy has to come in for the Lord to deliver us. What is deliverance? Deliverance is being saved from something. So if we want deliverance, but we're not willing to go through it, how do we get saved from something if we're never in something? You know?
Right. Hey, and our affliction is, I did a video on this like a few weeks ago. All right, going into how when you're alone, all right, that's when you're closest to the Most High. All right, because that's why a lot of times Yahushua had to leave his disciples and leave the people in the multitude so he could be in a solitary environment so he can connect better with the Most High. All right, connect more in the spirit, you know, and that's something that throughout, especially me being in this truth. All right, I noticed that every time I'm around people, it's harder for me to tap into the spirit compared to when I'm alone. You know, when you're alone, you can meditate on the Lord. You can meditate on the scriptures. You can meditate on prophecies. You can lock in. You can speak to the Lord and feel like you're actually having a conversation. You know, you feel that energy around you, like, yo, the Lord is definitely here with me. You know, you could be, I'd be taking long drives, going miles, and I just be chilling, you know, just vibing, you know. But then you come around people and it's like, man, oh man, I can't wait to be alone. You know, I can't wait to, you know, that's how it is. And when you're alone, that's when the Lord is going to be closest to you. And that's when calling upon his name to tap into that spiritual power is going to be just like that, because you're not going to have that distraction. Plus, like we mentioned earlier, all hell's going to be breaking loose. When all hell's breaking loose in the spirit, you're going to know that, yo, something is about to hit. And when something is about to hit, who are you going to call upon? You're not going to sit there and be like, I need a gun. Your only first instinct is to call upon Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And that is a gift that all of us have. Hey, I speak for myself. I know brothers can attest to this, is that when you go through some type of affliction or whatever it is that you go through in the flesh or whatever, we always call upon the Lord. Oh man, Father, hey, you know, Babaka Shah, you know, please have mercy on me. You know, please save me through this, you know. And then you start making deals with the Lord. Father, if you get me out of this, I'll do this. I'll do this. I'll do that. You know, little things like that. That's because we are the sons of the Heavenly Father. You know, so we get that access through Yahweh Shai because he's given us that power that's called the Ruach HaKodesh, that Holy Spirit. You know, that's literally our antenna, all right, or our cord that we have, one accord with Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, so when that time comes, hey, brother, hey, we're not going to be surprised. when we see brothers doing all kinds of different spiritual power, different things, but there was a brother, all right, in the UK, all right, he said he had a dream. He did a video, a testimony. He had a dream about seeing Yahushua and seeing chariots and all kinds of crazy shit, that the world would look at it and say, oh, damn, these are crazy shit. But to us, it was like, damn, that's uplifting. You see things like that, you hear things like, you'd be like, damn, that's a heavy, heavy, powerful vision, going into how close we are to the kingdom, man. Seeing these things, like, he said he had servants coming up to him, serving him food and talking about, we're sorry for not, serving you earlier and so on and so forth. And it's like, damn, like he said, he saw Yahushua jumping, like, that's Yahushua, about to hop off his throne and get ready for business, That's the same thing that we're in. Like, we've seen all these things coming. The world might see these super soldiers, concept of super soldiers, and be like, damn, they got super soldiers. And we see, like, keep making more. Let's have fun. Like, let's go, man. That's the spirit that we have, because we know that the Lord is going to give us something to combat this thing. We at the end of this thing, man. We ain't gonna worry about, oh man, I might go to jail for this. Oh man, if I beat this Edomite's ass, this is gonna happen. Nah, man. That's none of that stuff is gonna matter, bro. And the Lord is gonna put that spirit upon us, man. So we're gonna be doing some wild, unimaginable things, man. That's what makes us super soldiers, man. Our souls are super, man, supernatural soldiers. All right, to combat these super fucking bum ass soldiers that they got going on, serumed and MK Ultra'd up, man. Satanic and all. All right. You got it, brother. Rama, if you got something, brother?
Yeah, I got Luke 10:19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions, and over all power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. That's plain. We know the scorpions represent 2/3 of our people, because they niggas too, man. And then serpents represent this double, man. Like the brother's going into this. The Lord's going to give us power to tread. Now, when you tread on water, you're above it, man. If you one of the first things you learn when you swim is to tread upon water. So we're gonna literally be treading on these people, 2/3 of our people, because they got to get it too, man. 2/3 of our people got to get it too, because you're gonna have a lot of Jakes in the army, man. You're gonna have a lot of Jakes out here with the agenda of the so-called white man, with the agenda of looking at us different because we didn't take the Maxine, and this and that. You're gonna have a lot of people just like they came up against Yahushua. Yahushua said, what? No servant is greater than his master. If they persecuted me, they're gonna persecute you. So you're gonna have a lot of our people coming against us as well. But this time, let me get one more scripture. This time, the Lord's going to flip it. This ain't gonna be the same back then when prophets died because Israel got offended at the word, man. That's over. That's fucking over, man. Like y'all ain't gonna do us like y'all did Stephen or any of the other prophets, man. And Stephen is back today, and guess what? He's gonna get revenge through the will and power of Yahweh Bashim Shai, man.
Gone.
This is 2nd Esdras 1:32. I sent unto you my servants the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain, and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, save Yahweh, man. All we doing is waiting on the Lord, man. So y'all, you 2/3, from back then that are here today, the same ones that said to crucify the Lord. All right, let his blood be upon us. Okay, you're back today, and guess what? The Lord's going to require that blood from your hands, because all you tribes then you see it today when we out on the corners. Like you had the brothers last week had a fucking Ephraimite try to fight him at camp, man.
Wow.
But guess what? Like the brothers say, that people shall be willing in the day of thy power. Once the Lord zaps us or turns our frequency up with that power, guess what, man? It's going to be a wrap. And y'all got it coming. Y'all had a long time coming for y'all, man. That's why you see a lot of these rappers and actors dying right now, because the Lord's starting at his house, man. But let me read it again. It says, I send to you my servants the prophets, whom ye have taken and slain. You read the book of Acts with Stephen, hey man, they literally took him and slew him, man. They took him and slew him for bringing out what? The history. All right, for him bringing out the history, the same thing we do, And it says, and torn their bodies in pieces, whose blood I will require of your hands, said Yahweh, man. So the Lord gives us power to tread upon serpents, this double, all right, and his technology and his armies, and you goddamn niggas, because y'all got it coming for y'all, man. You niggas got it coming for you, man. You're gonna see the Lord's men with that power and the Lord dealing with. And we're gonna put a lot of niggas to death too, man. Because Yahweh Shai said, what? Those that would have not that I reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me. That's gonna be 2/3 of you niggas, man. You got it, Ot.
Con. Hey, I got a couple precepts. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 126. It says, "It is time for thee, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, to work, for they have made void thy law." Okay, so pretty much everywhere in the earth is barren of the faith, all right, and the spirit of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, except for the men of the Lord, wherever the hopeful elect may be around the world. Okay, and really these people don't understand. All right, and that goes for the world and people who are so-called Israelites, so-called because they're not really acting the part, all right, of being a true Israelite. Okay. Whether you call yourself an Israelite, whether you have a camp name, whatever your case may be, a lot of them don't really know Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Neither do they really fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. See, so when the Lord actually starts making things happen, all right, because they can't picture the magnitude of the Lord's power. They still have the Lord in a little box in their head, which is why they still go around doing whatever they do, because the Lord hasn't started bringing heavy judgment upon the earth like never before seen. See, when they get a glimpse of what the Lord is about to do, then they'll know what they're working with. You know what I mean? Like then they'll know how, you know what I'm saying? Like in a boxing match, when you size up your opponent based on watching how he fights and so on and so forth. If your man's, you've never seen him fight before and he knocking out freaking one guy in a matter of seconds, you're going to know what level he's on. You're going to, oh shit, this is what I'm going up against. So that's what's going to happen to a lot of these people. That's what the world is going to be like. When the Lord starts opening up, then they're going to see what level of hell the Lord is about to really bring upon the earth. See, we say it, but when we say it, they constantly refer to something that they've seen before. When we talk about the famines and stuff, they refer to things that they've seen in movies or they've thought about before, but they don't know on what level the Lord is actually going to bring it on. Okay, the Lord is about to change the standards of everything, the standards of calamity, the standards of deliverance, the standards of everything. All right. And people are going to understand what it truly means. All right. To be a man of the Lord. Okay. That means power. That means respect. But first and foremost, that our power needs to be recognized before we're going to be recognized. Okay. And the Lord is going to do that because the way he is known is through us prophesying about him. So he's going to be recognized through the power he gives us on the earth. People are going to fear the Lord when they see us because they're going to say, hold up. You know what I mean? Like, look at the stuff these guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? Look at the kind of power. I'm just getting my charger real quick. They're gonna say, look at the kind of power that their God is giving them. You know what I'm saying? And this is the power that we messing with now. They're not gonna want to play those games, man. I mean, the Lord is about to give us some supernatural things because in order to balance out the times that we're living in, the power we're gonna get is gonna triumph what Samson had, what King David had, because back then they were going up against men with shields and spears and swords. Now we're going up against super soldiers, technologically advanced things. We're going up against jets, unmanned drones, So we will have a reason or a need to disappear and reappear, a need for insane super strength, a need to be able to shoot fire out your hands, be able to do all these supernatural things. We're going to need a high level of spiritual power, all right, or divine intervention in order to deliver us from the tribulation that's coming. Okay, because the things, like I said, when you're standing in the middle and there's freaking hundreds of troops surrounding you, all got their guns up at you, literally what the Lord needs to do something that's out of this world for you to get out of that situation, because you're not going to walk out of it. You ain't going to talk your way out of it, So the Lord needs to do something to get us out of that. Now I got another precept. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 3. And these precepts of spiritual power are written. They're written in the scriptures. Now, did the Lord not say that he comes in the volume of the book? You got to eat the whole roll. So why do people skip the part about spiritual power? The Lord said here, I will give power unto my two witnesses. and they shall prophesy 1,203 score days clothed in sackcloth, and that's what we're doing. So where's the power? You know, now two things: either the power ain't gonna come and the Lord's a liar, or the Lord is telling the truth and the power hasn't come yet. And we know the Lord is not a man that he should lie. So by process of elimination, all we gotta wait for now is the Lord to turn things up. Because right now we don't need the ability to fly. Because what the Lord needs us to do right now involves what we're doing right now. We have everything we need right now to do what the Lord requires of us right now, and that is to prophesy. All right. We have a level of spiritual power, you know, in order to understand these precepts. But what does the Lord need? He needs us to learn it, to teach it, to go out there and speak it. But when the time comes when things get physical, it ain't gonna be about how many scriptures you know. At that point, that we're gonna need a different level. The Lord is going to, you know, turn things up to another level. So it says, Revelation 11:3, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,203 score and 3 score days clothed in sackcloth. These are the 2 olives, and that's the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. All right, and the two candlesticks standing before the power of the earth. And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth. That is supernatural power. You know, I mean, really think about it. Like, we are going to be performing some things that we, you know, when you watch these things in movies and cartoons, you get hype. You know, even though it's not you doing it, you get hype at, like, you know, being able to see things like that, because it feels like the closest experience you'll get to something like that. That's why a lot of people like superhero movies and you know, that kind of stuff. But we're actually going to perform these things. You know, how are you going to feel after the first time you shoot fire out your eyes? You know what I mean? Or you fly into the sky. You're actually hovering in the sky. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, I'm actually in the sky. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is real. I'm doing this right now. You know, by the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. That is going to be like beyond confirmation of everything you need. Number one, this is the truth. Number two, I have spiritual power. You know what I'm saying? That means the Lord is like with me. You know, he's literally with me. I can feel the spirit, and I'm here about to mess up these guys right here or deliver such and such. At that point, like, you don't go back from that. You know what I'm saying? At that point, what you think you're gonna be worried about your car note? You know, or you're gonna be worried about the fact that you ain't graduate? Or you're gonna be worried about a stimulus check? Hell no. If you got spiritual power, what the hell are you gonna be worried about? It's lucky I got a little excited. But yeah, it says, it says, and if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth. All right, that's like some Avatar: The Last Airbender, a firebending type joint. It says, and devour their enemies. We're not just gonna do it for show. We're gonna do it to devour these people, man. Okay. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have the power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy. Elijah did that. All right. And have power over waters to turn them to blood. Moses did that. And to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. So we're going to have power, control, all right, over elements. We're going to have control over things that people can't even understand. You know, scientists are going to look at us on TV and they're going to be scratching their heads like, you know, the Dr. Fauci's, you know, it's not really possible. He shouldn't, he shouldn't be able to. Huh?
Bill Gates.
Yeah, Bill Gates. You know, you know, they're gonna be stuck. You know, scratching his head, fixing his glasses, all of the above. But he's gonna be looking at it like, yo, explain that. You know, Rothschild's looking at the scientists like smack him in the back of the head, like, what the hell is that? Yeah. You know, you explain that to me.
Hey, that's heavy that you say that because. Oh, Ram, you want to say something, brother?
No, I was gonna say they show you that on that movie Brightburn, man. Remember at the end? Remember? Yep. What the hell? They're coming for us. We can't fight them. And he was floating in the air. You had all the fucking fire trucks, and he was starting fires. And he went to that building, and the news reporter came on, and he was like, "What the hell is this? They're coming for us, man!" Like,
yeah. Hey, that's heavy because like there has to be some type of oppressive pressure that comes to us that's going to give us that spirit to fight against it. So if you want to get a nice little timeline of when brothers could potentially get that spiritual power, the moment you see super soldiers walking around like it's nothing, that's when you know some brother somewhere got spiritual power. It's either you, me, brother, everybody, somebody got spiritual power, because they are not going to set them troops, them super soldier niggas out there for common dudes. It's not for a common mission. That's why they got the military. Gus Perna is in charge of that. They're going to give the vaccine and so on and so forth, the CVS potion and so on and so forth. But when you see super soldiers, whenever it is, whether it's China who comes out with it first, or whether it's Russia who comes out with it first, or France, or America, whatever, the moment you see the first super soldier, know that some brother somewhere got spiritual power, and that's why they're going to let it loose.
That gives credence to the story about the Black Jesus, the angel, because they're anticipating in preparation for what he said.
Right.
You know, because check this out. This guy, you know, this angel says that we're in the 60s, right? And then now you have men like us who are coming out saying that we're gonna get spiritual power. In their minds, what does it click? Put two and two together. Hold on. This angel mentioned how later on in the future you're gonna have certain people who are gonna develop these abilities. How the hell, if this was undisclosed, all right, majority of us didn't know about it till this year. So if we never heard this, but we're coming out saying the same message. They know what it is. They're putting two and two together. Like, what the hell? Maybe, oh shit. Because he said we're going to develop those powers. You know? He's like, oh, no. It ain't people coming down with that. It's these dudes right here who are about to get that shit. No. They're some soldiers. So they're tailoring their super soldiers to mock, all right, or mimic the kind of abilities that they anticipate we're going to get. But there's levels to these abilities. You can run, I can run faster. You're strong, I'm stronger. Like, they forget that, okay, you may have the same ability as me, but what's natural always beats artificial, because artificial can malfunction, it can short circuit, it can do all these things. And it's based on what? Electricity, so on and so forth. What's natural and what's based off the spirit, that's not gonna malfunction. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like comparing a freaking Honda Civic to a chariot. You know? Honda Civic uses gas. What you think the chariot uses? You know what I mean? Like, our spiritual power versus Esau's bootleg super soldiers. When we recognize the true power we have, we won't fear what Esau's coming with, because we're gonna look at that and we're gonna say, number one, you're the basis of men. Number two, this is the best you could come up with. That means what the Lord is gonna give us is gonna far exceed that over there. So when we see that, we really will be more shocked at what we're gonna get. You know, because we're not going to be out here struggling on some like Frieza and Goku third form, fighting the 200th episode and they sweating bullets. We're not going to be out here sweating bullets. Damn, this ain't knock my shit. Oh my gosh, Lord, I need some more, please. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're going to run through them, man. Like King David said, with thee have I run through a troop. We're going to run through them. And it's going to be overpowering, man. That's the kind of power we're going to get, because when the Lord gives power, he gives it overboard. The Lord, when Elijah called the fire down from heaven, see, the Lord passed the requirement and then some. All he had to do was burn the sacrifice. He said, "I will burn that. I will burn the water. I will burn the altar. I will burn the stones." How do you burn stones? You know, like he bad.
Hey, and that's what it gives you a conclusive end to the story. The Lord makes it known that there ain't no other. That's why it says, in the last days, it shall no more be said that the children of Israel, the Lord delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt, but he delivered them out of the land of the north.
God.
So it's going to be so powerful that it's going to be known worldwide, where all these other nations are going to have it in their history books as, yo, this is what happened to those Black Americans, them Latinos, them Native Americans over there that people never regarded, them niggas that was in the corners and shit. Those were actually the men of the Lord. We saw it. We saw what they did. Yep. We saw what they did, bro. It was crazy. America was like the super country. Nobody wanted to fight against America. And you had these common men in ghettos who had the power. And look what they did. Now, I have this little quick article here, and I'll pass it. All right. It says the future of bio-enhanced super soldiers. Okay, and this comes out. This is dated August 6, 2020, which is this year, the year of prophecy. It says Steve Rogers was just an ordinary young man who tried to enlist to fight in World War II, but was turned away due to health problems. Until that is, he was approached by a Defense Department scientist who injected him with a special serum that turned him into the perfect specimen of military strength and stamina, Captain America. Marvel's beloved comic book hero was first introduced in 1941. Such a biological upgrade was strictly in the realm of fiction. Here, it says, but now some say it's the next chapter in warfare, and one that will be here sooner than you might think. Okay? It says the field of biological enhancements for the warfighter encompasses everything from dietary supplements and neural stimulation to bionic limbs and brain augmentation, and it raises a horde of new questions about ethics in the military and society. And that goes to show you, Esau don't play the rules according to the Most High's laws, man. He don't got no morals. He don't got no ethics. Okay, he does things to go above and beyond his limitations. Okay, and that's where he's flawed. Okay, it says increasingly the dominant questions on the threshold of military technological development are becoming not what can we do, but what should we do, and what happens if we go too far. Okay, and then it says in the episode where we're joined by Dr. Peter, blah blah blah. I'm not going to read all that, but the point is they coming out with that, and then here this is what we started out with. It says China has done human testing to create biologically enhanced super soldiers, says top U.S. official. Okay, and then it goes into it. U.S. intelligence shows that China has conducted "quote unquote" human testing on members of the People's Liberation Army in hope of developing soldiers with "quote unquote" biologically enhanced capabilities. The top U.S. intelligence official said Friday. John Ratcliffe, the director of national intelligence, included the explosive claim in a long Wall Street Journal op-ed in which he made the case that China poses the preeminent national security threat to the U.S. So you see how they try to make it a big "quote unquote" arms race. Oh, China's doing it. That's a threat against us. But what they're really trying to do is, all right, build your military army because we don't know if those men are going to be there too. We know they're here, so we're going to build ours too. When the time comes, we're going to have to come together and fight these niggas, man. But for now, to keep that tension so we can create that illusion of us fighting against each other, but they all come together. Pertaining to Psalms 83, where it says they have a confederacy against the nation. All right, they want to do away with the name of the house of Israel out of the earth, man. Okay, so all these nations work together. All right, the Ishmaelites work together, the Edomites work together with the Ishmaelites, and the Hamites and the Moabites. They all work together against nations. Okay, it says, "quote unquote," there are no ethical boundaries of Beijing's pursuit of power. Okay, superpower. All right, wrote Ratcliffe, a Republican former member of Congress from Texas. His office and the CIA did not immediately respond to requests to elaborate on the notion that China sought to create super soldiers of the sort depicted in Hollywood films like Captain America, Bloodshot, and Universal Soldier. Okay, so they're using that Hollywood concept of supernatural powers. Okay, and then they're actually bringing it to life. So whenever we see these movies, we can't look at it as pure fiction because there's a thing that says art imitates life.
Mm-hmm.
So we see these movies, these post-apocalyptic movies, these end of days movies, and so on and so forth. That's just them going into the scriptures and using Hollywood, all right, to put an enchantment on the people's minds, saying that, okay, the scriptures are true, the prophecies are true, but we're going to say what the prophecies are saying, but we're going to put our twist to it. So you don't look at it as prophecy, you look at it as entertainment. But us, the Lord has given us that spiritual mind to see these things and say, they're literally telling you what's coming. But people look at it as entertainment because that's going into what? The sorceries and the witchcraft. Okay, Hollywood. All right.
Hey, real quick, I mean, you got to think about it, man. Like, we live in a world where, quote unquote, UFOs are real, super soldiers are real.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you don't, but yet we're crazy for telling you that your house shot's coming in a chariot. Like, I would understand maybe like 70 years ago if we told you that and you like, what the hell are you talking about? Mm-hmm. But I mean, there's clear and cut evidence of UFOs, right? Chariots in the sky. You've seen it with your own eyes. You can't explain that. That is supernatural. Number two, super soldiers. That is supernatural. These are things, like you said, straight from a sci-fi movie, straight from a movie. We're living in a movie, and you're seeing unnormal things happening on the earth. But yet, when we tell you about these things, we're crazy. Mm-hmm. Esau comes out and says it. Oh, wow. We come out and say the same thing. Nah, I'm bugging out. What the hell are you talking about? You know? Something should click in your mind by now. You got it.
The space program, like, yo, we've been telling people on the street corners for years that, you know, you're going to have this double try to fight against the so-called UFOs coming, which the Lord's coming back on. Now Esau comes out, we got a space program. Mm-hmm. Niggas is like, damn, you know, we got a fifth branch of the army. We got a space program now, man. You know, niggas, like you said, niggas believe anything Esau tells them. Like especially them smoking weed, them smoking weed niggas, man, that become fucking intellectual. While they smoking weed, they become fucking, deep as hell and shit, man. Oh, they say they got super soldiers that can fly. Motherfucker, we've been telling you this shit for how long? Now all of a sudden you believe it, like Jake is like crazy. But like you said, when it comes from us, it's fucking fiction. It's non-believable. If Esau came out right now and said, yo, we're able to fly now, we're able to go here and there, a smoking weed ass nigga would sit here and have a conversation with you for 10 hours about that. And believe it. Yo, they say they can fly now, man. Well, we say we're gonna be able to fly, man, nigga, you crazy.
Yeah. And that's to their unbelief. That's what's gonna make this thing so much more spectacular, because it's gonna be something that hasn't been seen, all right, in American history, really. Since America started, nobody has ever seen any man teleport. Nobody has ever seen anyone
in world history. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. I say in world history in this age.
World history, that's what I'm saying. Since America began, nobody has ever witnessed something like that. You know what I'm saying? But now, hey, the Lord is making it known that you got ordinary men who have that power, and they keep saying it with such confidence. It's like, what the hell is wrong with these niggas, man? Like, what the hell? What did you who gave you that concept in your mind to be saying things like this? Like, you're not scared to be saying shit like this? Like, what makes you even think you're gonna have spiritual power to fight against super soldiers? But that goes to show you the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right, I get a quick precept and I'll pass it. There's a book of Isaiah chapter 54, verse 17. It says, no weapon that is formed against thee. Now the formation is what they're doing right now. They're building it. They're building the super soldiers. We just read it. Okay. No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahweh, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So that righteousness is going to what? That spirit that the Lord has put on us, because the Lord is what? He's a righteous power. God. He's a God. So if he's telling us that his righteousness is the righteousness that we gonna have is of him, that means that makes us perfect. You know what I'm saying? Yahushua he said, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Okay, now we know we can't be perfect physically. We cannot be perfect because we're in these bodies. The only thing we can strive for is what? Excellence. Okay, but our spirits are being what? Made purified and made perfect. That's how we're able to say the things we say. That's what makes us really prophets. Okay, because what? The spirit of Yahushua is the spirit of what? Prophecy. Okay, and if we come in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, that makes us perfect. And that's one thing that the world hates. They see that perfection, that beauty within us, the preciousness, the lively stones, and they become jealous and they become hateful, man. That's why they don't believe it, because it sounds too like, oh, so you're gonna have that, but I'm not gonna have that. Nah, fuck that. It's discredited. Where you getting that information from? Oh, so the Lord gonna give y'all niggas spiritual power and we just gonna be sitting here and dying? Oh, no. That don't mean shit. Fuck that. Oh, so America's gonna get this with nuclear missiles, but y'all niggas gonna get beamed up by chariots? Man, y'all niggas are smoking some shit. We need to go into some underground bunker somewhere to survive this, because Esau beat them down so much that they don't see the power Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai has, and he's about to make manifest and physical very soon, man. Like Bakar said earlier, spirituality has become a concept that people scoff at. And you'd be like, yo, I don't do religion, but I'm spiritual. You about to talk about that God shit again? Oh, here we go with this, But hey, don't you see everything that's happening? The only people who have some type of sense or some type of knowledge of what's really happening is us, And we're not shook. We see these things happen. We told you these things were going to happen, and they're happening. So if we're telling you that the time of spiritual power is also coming, what you think is going to happen? It's coming. So like we said, once them troops are made as a thing where it's like, okay, we officially have super soldiers and they're out here in the streets, that's when we know that, yo, some brothers somewhere got spiritual power, because they're not going to let those kind of things loose, because some of them, believe it or not, are known as the Boston Dynamics. They have these robots known as fully autonomous, okay, meaning that they're programmed to move and do certain things. And they show you that in the Simpsons clip, all right, of January. They had these robots that was manned by the DHS, all right, Department of Homeland Security, and it was kicking people around and all hell was breaking loose. Those are known as fully autonomous weapons. and they're being programmed to target Jake, specifically Jake. So we being Jake, you know they're coming straight for us. Okay, and all you Jakes who think that you're gonna hide and fight with your guns, look, they have thermal energy. They could pick up your senses. You could hide all day, all night. They'll come find you. Okay, they have these exoskeleton suits that they could literally creep up on walls. All right, they have this technology that I brought out a few years ago. All right, how you could blow their limbs off and it'll grow right back. Okay, they could run for miles and not get tired. You know, their brains are put on a certain level where they could sense things, so they could feel something coming from miles away, and they can get ready for that. So
heightened smell, heightened hearing.
exactly, they don't feel pain. You know, all these different things, man. Esau got the technology. The Lord gave him the technology to do that. So the Lord gave him the technology on the left-hand side. He's going to give us that spiritual power, which is technology in the spiritual realm on the right-hand side to do what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? So all this bionic super soldier, all this madness, bro, the Lord said we're going to break them all in pieces, man. And that's the point we're bringing out. Okay? You got it, brother.
Hey, we are children of the Lord, right? We are the children or the princes of the power. We need something to play with, you know. Yeah. This earth is gonna be our playground real soon, man. Mm-hmm. You know, what the kids used to play with as you know, your young toys. Mm-hmm. You know, Esau, he be calling his you know, certain movies he'll call his technology. Look, I got a new toy. Mm-hmm. We're gonna play with them toys soon, man. This verse in 6. Howbeit we speak wisdom among them that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor of the princes of this world that come to naught, but we speak the wisdom of Yahweh in a mystery. And like how the brother brought out, that's why these other camps, you know, they don't bring out spiritual power in their lessons. They don't bring out how the Lord's going to lift up that standard, you know, certain things, you know, and I believe that they don't bring it out because they truly don't believe. That's why they posing with these guns and certain things. Like I don't own a fucking gun for what? You know, for what, man? That's not our technology. That's not what we put our trust in it. That's not our blessing. You know, and a brother read the scripture. You know, our inheritance is spiritual power, man. You know, it says, even the hidden wisdom. This wisdom was hidden, man, but it was revealed unto the servants, the prophets, man. So all these other groups that's not telling these people, you know, that are stuck on Deuteronomy 20, like me and the brothers were talking about the other day, like, yo, Deuteronomy 28 and 68, that was like 10, 15 years ago. You know? And they're not saying that we wouldn't bring it out. You know, if the situation arises, when you watch these like Apostle Hart calls them alphabet camps, they bring out the same thing. It's nothing ever really elevated. It's nothing deep. It's nothing, you know, like to really comfort our people in a time of trouble. Because what we're supposed to be doing is warning, but also too exhorting our people and giving them words of comfort. You know, because the Lord said, you know, comfort one another with these words. You know, spiritual. When brothers talk about topics like these are comforting topics, because this lets our people know, are the ones that follow the Lord, the Lamb, whithersoever he goes, that everything is going to be okay, you know. And it says, which the Most High ordained before the world unto our glory. So these mysteries, all right, are given to the servants, the prophets. I got that's spiritual power is a mystery. You know, it's a mystery. And the Lord has to give you a certain type of measure of faith. Like when I first came into the truth in 2009, I was like, yo, what? We're going to be able to do what? Because I grew up watching Dragon Ball Z. Yeah. I grew up, I never missed the episode. Like never. Like people used to come knock on my door to come outside. Yo, you're going to have to wait. 5 o'clock, Dragon Ball Z is on. You know? Like I was into things like that as a kid. And you know, the Most High is the ultimate programmer. You know? So from a youth up, he's been programming brothers to think this certain type of way for these times to come right now. You know? So you will easily believe, man. You will easily be like, yo, I believe that's possible because you already, you know, in your mind wanted to do those type of things. Like, damn, Goku, he's flying. He learned this technique. Like the Russians doing the teleportation shit, man. Instant transmission.
Right.
You know? Flying like you said, them beams coming out of their hand, which is fire, is spirit energy. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
I got one more. This is I'm a pastor. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse um I'm gonna start at 5. And having been a little chastised, which the little chastised meaning us, the elect, they shall be greatly rewarded. For the Most High proved them and found them worthy for Himself. So right now we're being proved and found worthy, for the Lord, man. The Lord is proving us Himself, and it says, "As gold in the furnace hath He tried them, and received them as a burnt offering."
Mm.
Hey, what does the scripture say? Present your body as a living sacrifice.
That's right.
You know, and in the time of their visitation, which is soon, they shall shine. Yo, we're literally gonna be out here shining, man. Like how Goku when they actually let their Kai leak out and they have that aura around them.
Mhm.
We're literally gonna have an aura around us, man. We're gonna be shining. There's the Lord. Look, the Lord is dramatic. He's gonna make a distinction between His elect and who He's chosen, and between the ones that He hasn't chosen. The Lord, the Heavenly Father, is the greatest movie maker ever, man. You know, he puts drama in things. Horror. We're entering into a horror film right now. It's going to be dramatic also too. And it's going to be action packed, man. The what Greek word God, theos.
Mhm.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and it says and run to and fro like sparks among the stubble.
Mm.
Right. And anything that's stubble is basically beaten down to like powder form.
Right.
So we're gonna literally be running like we're gonna look like sparks.
Right.
Man, you see sparks on the telephone wire, and then we're gonna be like sparks among stubble, man.
Mhm.
You got it though. It's just exciting. It's just exciting talking about it, man, because the Lord's literally gonna make us like you watch these movies. He's literally gonna make us, and the scriptures say, "I have not seen, ear have not heard." So what we even can see, as far as this power coming, it's not even going to be like what we can see. It's
Mhm.
going to be something way totally over that.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, man.
God. Hey, it's spiritual because the time is coming when we're gonna look back, and be like, damn, remember we used to talk about, what I'm saying, having spiritual power, and now we actually have it. We're gonna be like, yo, remember we were all excited to get it, but like we're actually performing those acts now. So, yeah, we're gonna be able to, perform the power. Basically, it's like the power of bringing your imagination to reality. Whatever it is, because that is really what the Lord did. He brought His imagination to reality, and that's how everything is. It manifests in the reality here. So it starts in the spirit, it starts in your concept, and then it becomes real. And we're gonna have the power to do so. If you think, all right, about running at super speed, you do it. If you think about making fire come out your hands, you do it. Because like the same way you think to stand up and walk, you do it. Well, when you think to control these things, you do it. So we're gonna have the ability to do so. And hey, it's gonna be levels to it, man. But that's definitely a beautiful, a reward in itself. That the Lord has blessed us with, man, by inheritance.
Hey, we're about to close it out in a little bit, but I just wanted to bring out one word that Ron brought out, mystery. And I said, man, let me look into that word. I really never looked into that word, and what I found here is real interesting. It says mystery, early 14th century, says mystery in a theological sense, religious truth via divine revelation, meaning no, not everyone can get it. It has to be, you have to understand that mystery by divine revelation. The Lord got to give you that. That's how we get that Ruach HaKodesh, right? It says hidden spiritual significance. Hidden. It says mystical truth. Now, why would the Lord hide all these things? Because if Esau was to have knowledge of all these things, he will counter it. He will try to find a way to destroy it, including the scriptures. That's why the scriptures are written in dark sayings and is given. All right, that's what pertain to Amos 3 and 7. Okay, because if the scriptures was to say the so-called white man is Esau Edom, we ain't gonna have no scriptures to reverence, man. If they was taking out the Apocrypha and so on and so forth, what makes you think that they're not going to take out way more information if the Lord was to pinpoint out and just give them, yo, this is who they are, this is what's happening, so on and so forth. The Negroes, the so-called Latinos, Native Americans, or the Israelites, man, they'll burn up the scriptures, man. So the Lord had to put it in a mystery and then reveal it unto those in a divine way for them to believe it. Okay, it says from Anglo-French mystery Old French mystery, secret, mystery, hidden meaning. Okay, it says, and directly from Latin mysterium, which is secret rite, secret worship, a sacrament, a secret thing. It says this is from Greek mysterion, okay, usually in plural mysteria, secret rite or doctrine. So even this truth that we speak is a mystery, man. That is the biggest mystery out there. Esau's confounded by it. He can't believe how the hell did they find out that they're the 12 tribes of Israel? How the hell did they know about spiritual power? How the hell did they know that we're the Edomites? How did they know that they're Israelites? You know, how do they know about all these different things? The history. Okay, what does this mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? They're confounded by it. You know, um, it says known and practiced by certain initiated persons only. Mm. That right there, it says known and practiced by certain initiated persons only. So it's an exclusive thing. Okay, that's why brothers always say to cherish this truth. Scriptures say, buy the truth and sell it not, because you only buy something that you see value in it, and you will never sell it because it's valuable to you. You know, for example, I'll give it a cardinal example. If I was to cop a brand new 2020 Bentley Continental GT, for example, right? Ain't nobody gonna come to me and be like, "Yo, bro, I'll buy this." I'll be like, "Bro, I bought it because I want it. It's not because I'm going to sell it." No. It's something that I cherish. You know. So it's the same thing for this truth. All right. It says consisting of purifications, sacrificial offerings, processions, songs, etc. Okay. Right here it says, oh wow, it says only. It says secrecy. Only initiates who were allowed to see the sacred rites. Okay, so we're gonna be the only ones to see the revelation of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna be with him in the chariots, man. The world not gonna get to see that. They'll see him coming, but that's gonna be that detriment, man. You know what I'm saying? It says secret counsel of the Most High. It goes back to the Septuagint. It says secret counsel of the Most High. It says a hidden secret. Okay, it says a hidden or secret thing. Okay, where's the other one at? Right here it says right here, this is powerful. It says something that baffles understanding and cannot be explained. Okay? That is a mystery, man. Something that baffles understanding and cannot be explained. So everything we just talked about, that word mystery sums up spiritual power, man. It's something that cannot be explained and baffles understanding. Okay.
Hey,
And
look that word baffle up, Bubba Kashai.
I got you right now, brother.
It said baffled. That sounds like it destroys any type of thing. Like
Hey,
I just got baffled.
The word baffle, it says to disgrace. All right. It says to disgrace publicly. Okay? It says to abuse. You know, it says to frustrate. Okay. Here it says be a mystery or bewildering to. Okay, so certain synonyms for it says perplex, to vex, all right, to puzzle, to mystify, to beat, okay, to flummox, to dumbfound, amaze.
That's why when they see it, they scratch their heads, like they bug out because they can't explain this. Like nothing is coming to mind. Like what the you know what I'm saying? What is that?
Right. Right. It's above and beyond their understanding, their physical ability, their brain capacity exactly to understand it, man. You know, it's all spiritual. Like the scriptures say, a carnal man can't understand the spiritual. You know, so all these people who follow after the carnal ways, they're gonna take that the potion, the CVS potion, and they're gonna take that chip. You're not gonna be spiritual if you're taking that chip. You're not spiritual. You're super carnal. You know what I'm saying? So those people, they're not gonna understand. They're just gonna see it. They're gonna see the salvation. They're gonna see the mystery. They're gonna see the beauty, but they just can't understand. They're gonna be, oh man, what the, oh man, oh shit. You know that we have to expect those kind of reactions, man.
Oh, they're gonna get that chips with dip. They take the chip and they get a dip in the fire. Yeah, man. Most are gonna burn their ass up, man. Yeah. But we gonna be good, man. We're gonna be good. So we about to, experience like some very, very supernatural things upon the face of the planet Earth. Like we're about to, like, if you really think about it, that's why this truth is so important, because we're about to be at the forefront, of the you know what I'm saying, the greatest, most unexpected thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the Most High's declaration, the Most High finally showing out, and he's like, these are my guys, these are my VIP. You know, like you like, damn, like you get priority, you know, of like the top of the top. You know, like I thought about it, like how investing in this truth is like you know, as if who was it, Bill Gates, that came to you, was like years ago, like, yo, I'm trying to build this company, Microsoft, and you know, like you're trying to be a part of it, and you like, nah, whatever. And then you look at him now and you like, yo, you know, that's
Right.
what it's gonna be like. You know, if you had taken him up on his offer, you would have been like known, you would have been out there, you know. But this truth is gonna be like that for the kingdom to come. Everybody's gonna know about the kingdom, you know, but along with knowing about the kingdom, they're gonna know about us who labored towards the kingdom, you know, the founding fathers of the kingdom, so to speak. And so long as the kingdom is there, we're gonna be there, you know.
God.
God.
Oh, you got any more?
No, you got it.
I had one last scripture based off what you was talking about. This is Zephaniah 3 and 9, or I'm gonna start at 18. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, and this thing is a solemn assembly. You know, the Lord said in Ezekiel, I will be unto them a small sanctuary. You know, it says, and this is talking about the elect of Israel, man. Okay, it says, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halteth. And the her is talking about Israel, man, the elect, because you'll get a simple woman. Yeah, you see, he said he's gonna save her. You know, fucking women. No, it's talking. The Lord say I have made Israel or Zion a comely and delicate woman.
Good.
And it says, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. And we've been put to shame in every land, man. You know, the main land is here, you know, because we got what upon our name? We're Negroes, African. And that's a shame, man, that we don't even have our national. This world looks at us as something that we're not. That's shame. But the Lord's going to give us fame in every land that we were put to shame. How's that fame going to come? Like the brother Bakar just mentioned, these are my men. He's going to endow us with power. He's going to make a distinct, how do you say it? It's going to be dang, I just had the word in my head, you know, but you're going to know the elect of the Lord, man. You're going to know, you know, that these are the men of the Most High, man. And it says, last verse, at that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. How we're going to be gathered by the chariots. That's how you're going to know that too. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, that this is the Lord's elect, man. Okay. It says, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth. And we're not that right now. You know, we're the worst of the worst according to this earth. You know, that's what the earth has stamped on the Negro, Latino, Native American. All right. But the Lord's going to make us a name and praise in the earth, man, because we're going to get back that glory, man. We're going to get back that we're going to get back that glory. The heathen nations are going to fear us again, just like they did back then, you know. It says, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith Yahweh. So he's literally going to turn back our captivity. We're going to see our captivity turn back before our eyes, man. Literally. We're going to see the chariots come. We're going to see the Lord come. Spiritual power. You know, we're going to see the transition of power getting put back in the hands of Israel, man. That's the captivity being turned back before our eyes, man. And everybody's going to see it. It's going to be televised when America's destroyed. It talks about in Revelation, the 18th chapter, you know, the smoke of her torment from afar off. You got these satellites in the heavens for a reason. Whatever lands aren't burnt up by this nuclear destruction, guess what? They're going to see it, whether it's televised or they might just see the destruction. You know, and they're gonna see, like you said, you know, they got this game on PS4 called Infamous. He was doing spiritual power moves, but he took the soldier's fucking hat that had the goddamn camera on it. It was in the camera. They were watching him do the shit. So even the spiritual power is gonna be televised, man. Yahweh Shai, coming back and tells you that all eyes shall see him. Yo, this thing is good. This thing is going to be so big. It's going to be so big, like the brother brought out, Jeremiah 16 and 15. You know, it's going to be brought, you know, it's no more going to be said that the children of Israel that were brought up of the land of Egypt, but the land of the north, it's going to be so big, it's going to outweigh any captivity that we were in, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But that's all I got to say to the spirit.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, hey, man. Hey, but that's beautifully said, man. Beautifully said. You know, these things. Hey, even talking about it is like, you know, you get that feeling of loss for words. So how much more experiencing it, you know? But this is just one, you know, one of the blessings of the many infinite blessings that we're gonna get. All right, in the times coming up, you know, even prior to the kingdom, you know, we're gonna start reaping benefits of being in this truth, man. So hey, this is all the more reason. All right, well, we got to stay in the spirit, because it's through following the path of the spirit that we're going to unlock all these different milestones and achieve this level, all right, of spiritual capabilities. All right, it's through locking into the spirit fully. Okay, so with the times we're coming in, it's going to be our perfect opportunity to be pushed to the point where we have no option but to unlock greater spiritual levels. Okay, so we got to be ready for that. And when the time comes, just have that one thing in your mind, which is what? Put your faith and your trust in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, and just go all out, man. All right, go all out. You know, so brothers, got anything else to add?
That's it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, you know, added on to what you're saying real quick. You know, the scriptures say that's why brothers been doing lessons. You know, the lessons, like, it's at least 100, probably plus more lessons that go out per day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from brothers. So the scriptures say, you know, if you give diligence, you know, you will never fall. So, you know, being, like you said, being locked into the spirit, you gotta make sure you're doing what the Lord commanded, because like the elder Kazak said, he's requiring with more.
Mm-hmm.
So once you become locked into the spirit, it just becomes natural. You want to wake up and do a video.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling a woman the other day, like, hey man, like, shit, man, I can't wait to go to camp, man. Camp tomorrow. I was like, yo, it's Friday. You know, I'm doing this and shit. Like, yeah, it's Friday. Tomorrow we go out to camp. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you become locked into this thing to where this is just your life, man. I mean, it takes a while, you know, when you first come in, because the scriptures say wisdom has to try you by crooked ways.
Mm-hmm.
But then once that wisdom tries you and it's acceptable unto you, you start growing. This just becomes you, man, which
Right.
it is you know. But hey, that's all I gotta say through the spirit, you know.
Beautiful, man. Hey, and you like, hey, we in the times, man. We in the time of prophecy. We see all these things happening. You know, the famine of the word is fastly approaching. All right, this CVS potion is also what has been approved. The FDA already approved it, so we're looking at how things are going to play out in the next upcoming weeks. All right, and into the next upcoming months as we approach Jacob's trouble. But hey, all the signs are pointing to heavy times on the right hand side. Okay, to combat the heavy vibrations on the left hand side that we're witnessing now. Okay, so we just have to maintain the spirit. All right, stay in the spirit as best as we can, and allow our Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai to do his thing. Okay,
right. Yeah. It's funny that you said that. He said, I think what it is because the panel basically said that it's valid, so the agency now has to officially approve it. Like, they sort of still dragging their feet, and Trump basically was getting at them, talking about, yo, freaking approve the damn vaccine already. And it says here that the White House told the FDA chief that if he doesn't approve it by the end of today, he better get ready to resign.
Right.
They on their ass, man. But anyway, they're talking about rolling it out on the 14th by Monday, basically next week. So, you know, hey, we know that things are moving closer and closer. So hey, we just got to get ready, you know, and just hey, go with the spirit, man.
Right.
Go with the spirit.
Hey, this is it, brothers. This is it, man. The soldiers of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai got to rise. The army of David, the house of David. All right, we're being risen up now. So hey, we just got to watch how the Lord is going to do more marvelous things upcoming so-called 2021.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we're just going to leave it off there. You know, Lord willing, you know, everybody who tuned in has been edified, and this video, this lesson was also, you know, glorifying to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's name as well. All right, so we're going to end it off there by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh.
B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Chakadash.
And until next time, Shalom.
Shalom.